Okay, first of all, this is the setup, and welcome. The belt on the stool represents my hip, or anyone's hip. There is a belt loop on the holder, and this is how I used to do it. Just pausing and picking up the whip. Let's see if I can do this one-handed, first of all. I used to pick up the whip, pull the tails, as I call them, through the loop after rolling up the whip, through the loop, through the hole there, picking those up, and again I have to pause now and then in between the steps because I'm taping this with my phone and I don't have 3 hands. Rolling the holder over itself, letting the 6-part plate go under the whip. I don't know if you can see this, and holding it in place like this. Taking the tails through the loop, like that. Trying to keep the loops in the balance point on the whip, so it doesn't move when I move, so to speak, when I move around. I used to take the tails around one extra lap, around one extra time around the whip to secure the transition knots, but it's impossible on this whip because it's my thought of a Sorrow whip, and it has a ferrule which is quite wide, and its transition knots are also quite wide, so therefore that will be hard for me this time. But when that is done, I used to do like this. Just the regular knot that at least I use when I tie my shoelaces. And, well, at least in my outfit, this doesn't move awfully lot, and thanks to that the tails perhaps around the transition knot, it's secured in its place, at least for me. I don't know if it will work the same for you when you try it, but this is the general idea at least. The tails, the 3-part braids that I made, are meant to wrap around at least once over the transition knot, keeping it secure and in place when you move with the whip at your hip. When you crack, the tails might be a little bit long, but then I usually just tuck them in my pocket or something like that to keep them out of the way. That's all for me, and I hope it has been to some use at least. Bye.